Greetings, Jedi traders. David here at TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 8, day 3. It is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only to support your knowledge in the market. See what was going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan. Always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, let's jump right into the daily trend here, as posted 15 minutes prior to the market open, as we do each day. Current price this morning, 15 minutes prior, was around 53.44, with our Globex high and low already in downtrend pullback. Yeah, you would have thought with the overnight trend. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Globex picture here. As market action was already on the downside, and you're thinking in your head, yep, this might continue downside. Sure enough, that's not where we went. But there's your pre-market, as price action had found a bounce off the Globex low, still holding under the VWAP. So current trend at the pre-market was high probability to the downside. Well, you got to have levels in both directions. So NQ with 53.52 upside and 53.91 above that, and downside looking at 32. And there was our picture calling for the 53.52 upside. I'm sorry, right up here. Again, we were pulled back, bigger picture on the range. So 53.51, 52 up here, and all the way up 53.90. That was our NQ call to the upside. And then taking a look with the nearest open gap down below, 53.2650. We'll take a look at those open gaps today. Actually, let's go ahead and post that. We actually got a nice picture of that open gaps today, and then we'll show you the final open gap. So again, open gaps downside 53.2650 here, 646, 48.75, and we'll go over this chart once again. But again, clearly an indicator that market is really running itself up here, and that's okay. Trend is trend, but that is a fool's market when you don't think at some point price action is going to come and close us out. And I say this every day and every week with 100% guarantee, this market at some point, I might not be alive. I might be in 50 years for all I know. And I'm not playing to that, but I'm saying that these open gaps that are at least close, 1860, 75 downside on the ES lowest one, but the point being is that even the nearer closer one, all the way down to 19850, doesn't have to do anything, but it eventually will, with a 100% guarantee, close itself out. But we're not there yet, as we hold up and we record all-time highs. All right, so let's take a look at the ES. ES, we were looking at 23.57 this morning, and looking at 23.59 upside, and where was it downside? We were looking at 23.51 for the first level. Let's go ahead and take a look at that pick. That's right, 23.59 was upside. Anything to the downside would have seen price action on the 60-minute chart, and then upside, first level resistance, 23.75 was where we were at this morning. All right, so how did we do today? We made record highs again. Record highs. Indices, YM and NQ breaking out. YM actually closing above the all-time high, and ES just lagging behind. Crude with an intraday drop, and actually getting a nice little pop here towards the close as the numbers came out for tomorrow's release. VIX closing out 1174 upside. I know VIX is up, price action's up. It just doesn't make any sense, but that doesn't matter. You got to watch the charts and get that out of your head. Core sector list, 13 in the green, 12 in the red today, pretty much 50-50 split. Our home sales there, you can see increase, rate hike. Fairly soon it was all about the FOMC minutes today, so as we just creeped along until the minutes came out, really didn't make much of a difference here today, and then Tesla earnings coming out after hours. All right, so we end up in an uptrend chop today. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlighted charts. Again, we saw that Globex pre-market downtrend. ES really with one nice solid trend this morning. Price action with a counter set up here in caution, not counter, actually 51.40. This was our Globex session with the pullback, still under the VWAP, thinking, yeah, man, we're going to go down and right back to the upside and pull back there to the euro close. So really no direction as we pretty much almost finished flat there. NQ, same picture there at the mid-session. There it was. Market internals. Breadth is down. Cumulative tick index is down. 80 line flat. I can't count how many market internals you can look at, and everything just kept saying down, down, and we see market action going up. Well, you either sit out or you go with the trend, the highest probable trend here with the solid lines, and you get yourself some ticks, or you get stopped out by a long wick, and you got yourself some ticks in the AM session on the NQ. Not too bad if you were able to nail those. All right, finally, FOMC minutes, and price action was reacting better on the top row, GC, 6J, and the 6E. Price action moving up. Indices just didn't seem interested in playing, and they just sat back until finally, as we rolled it out, pretty much chopped towards the end. So opening up 45.25, closing out 50.75, 5-point gain. Not much here, actually. Closing out the session here for Wednesday up at the Globex high. Really not much afternoon action, just trying to get something going, but PM session, leave it to the dogs. YM there, again, market open, euro close, and there was close 753 on the YM, closing a little bit higher here towards the top of the hour. Nice solid move in the morning session. That was about it. 51.44 held above the cloud, even though the price action pulled back here to the VWAP. A little bit deeper to watch. Price action pull here when you're holding up here, but again, regained right back upside. Take a look at the ES full session. There was solid bodies, Heikin-Ashi bars upsides. And you got yourself some caution moves here on the yellow and the dash. You could see price action move, and post FOMC minutes again, like I said, much smoother there across the board on the 6J, GC, and 6E than our indices, which just showed chop there in the afternoon. Not real much action. There it was. That was the drop on FOMC minutes. And lastly, those of you trading the 6E or the M6E, nice little pocket of micro pockets of trend. Any trade management would have wiped you out here. Again, going to the higher time frame here, this is 6.3. We usually watch this on a 5.4 flex Renko. But again, 51.44 holding upside, so overall trend for the euro to the upside today. All right, let's go over into the charts. Take a look at those daily gaps. There was NQ, again, intraday high kicking up above 53.75. We'll go ahead and move that to a new high here on the NQ for the session as she closes out here just slightly right there above. Well, actually, we closed out 53.75, so just a little notch up above. Push that. YM again, 7.35, and the ES up here not managing to get up and get itself a new high for the day. Let me go over the volume profile for a minute. We don't look at this each day, but again, I wanted to point it out. Again, you want to look for nice balanced profile, price action on both sides of 70% of price action. Why do I like the VPOC versus the TPOC? Clearly and indefinitely by just the fact that it shows you where the majority of trading took place at a certain number, price versus time. Price. So that's why I like the VPOCs. Again, pretty balanced here on the ES. A little bit of short tails up here on the NQ and YM. I want to point out you something that as we talk about open gaps, I'm going to have to crunch this chart out pretty small to show you plenty of open VPOCs. But let's get down. Whoa, where are we going? We're going down the 600-day VPOC. Now, as time moves forward, I expect this VPOC will obviously rise, but it's a magnet, and price action eventually at some point will retract back to that 600-day VPOC. So keep that in mind. We are about 200 points up from that level, and that, of course, may move as price action as time moves forward. But 600 days, that is the VPOC. That's the volume profile. 70% of the range, but that's the mean point. I think we're a little bit far extended, but hey, that's not for me to judge. It's for me to look at the charts, leave my bias out, and just go with the trend and hopefully get a runner. And I'm waiting for that day. That day's coming. Even though we get pockets of it here and there, we sometimes get a solid trend up. All right, let's take a look at the charts. Anything standing out? There it is. NQ finishing it out at the Globex high, YM above, And the ES making its way back here to the Globex high. Surely we'll watch the Globex session. Nice move on the crude downside today as we see very smooth. Look at that price action. Solid body tails down there on the close yesterday. Globex pop up midnight open. Back down. Solid body tails downside. And there it was, is that pop I was talking about. So big majority of trend on the crude still sitting downside. Still thinking might get up to that 55.41 open gap on the crude. Take a look at the gold here in between the Globex high, Globex low. Let's pull it back a little bit. There it was. Nice move downside, 50 underneath 144. Solid move on the gold this morning. Pop back upside. You try to get yourself back in the trend and you bail out or stopped out. And price action back upside, break above the VWAP. And nice little move in the afternoon session until it finally just chopped out there on the FOMC minutes. Taking a look at the 6J. Again, 6J, Globex high, Globex low. Very choppy there. Globex high, Globex low. But again, micro pockets of trend, but pretty much finishing out flat there on the yen today. 6E. 6E reacting to those FOMC minutes like the 6J and the GC there. Again, went to a higher time frame on the M6E, but overnight session, very smooth. There it is, pre-market chop. And then eventually we got a nice 6E pretty much holding upside above the VWAP, 51.44, giving you that pretty much AM session move. Again, I really prefer that AM session versus that. Well, that's again pre-release of numbers, and then finally the market ended up moving to the upside. So again, overnight session on the E6E, something to watch. Doesn't do so well as on the U.S. markets all the time, but at least the AM session you can get yourself a solid move. And hopefully in the afternoon as well. Something I want to point out today as we took a look at the NQ. NQ trying to make a breakdown. Here's your afternoon session. Really just not being able to get anywhere. Who knows? Market may be a little tired up here. I don't know. It's charts. Doesn't have a feelings. Here's the bottom line here. Taking a look at the MML charts. Well, actually, I'm going to look at this chart here in a minute, but I want you to notice as I see the charts side by side. VWAP. Volume weighted average prices. Price action was trying to make a go at it down here. Also, not only VWAP, but you had yourself major support resistance here at 53.46. So line in the sand, and pretty much today, NQ from Globex low to Globex high in the midterm, stopping at the midnight open, coming back down, finding support off the VWAP, major support resistance, pretty much just kind of all over the place. Choppy chop. All right, so where are we headed? Where are we at right now? Well, I can't tell you where we're headed. All I can tell you is that you got to be ready for both directions. NQ on the 60-minute chart, obviously way above. We'll have a reset on these levels here. So we go to the 15-minute chart. Downside, definitely 53.46 watch for, and 53.41 or 42. Anything upside at this point, I'm calling for the 53.90. That's a 40-point run overnight. I'd be a little hesitant on there. So let's go to the 4-minute charts. There we go. NQ 4-minute charts and 53.90 again, next level upside. So anything overnight, want to watch the 15-minute chart. Watch for 53.55. Pretty close here. So 15-minute charts will reset themselves overnight on the MMLs. You'll have yourself a new level. So looking ahead to tomorrow. Again, resistance here has to break through. If it doesn't, let's watch back downside, 53.12. Before we get down there, we got some levels to contend with, 53.22 and then 53.12, 46 and 41 first on the 15-minute charts if we pull back overnight. Take a look at the ES, 16-minute, 15-minute, and the core setup. Price action again, holding up at the highs. Look our ways up to 23.65 here. Both 15-minute and 60-minute lining up very nicely together, or just about. Overbought on the ES is the resistance up here, and looking for a high eventually. Maybe we get back up to that 23.75, 23.75 as we continue to creep back up. Look downside to 59 overnight, 55.47, all the way down to 51 if we really make a move overnight. And wrapping it up on the YM, 60-minute, 15-minute, and the core setup here on the range chart as we hold in trend, as we have on all three charts. The core setup, 51.44 EMAs, still holding upside. Price action up here around 20781. Running out of some room up here, 762. Again, 781 might be the overnight level to watch. Anything downside, watch backdrop to 20703 before we get there. Watch for 742. 703 would be the resistance here on the 60-minute and the major support. All the way down to 664 before we get down to anything really lower. All right, those are the charts. That's where we stand. That's where the current momentum was for the day. Let's take a look at the economic calendar as we headed to tomorrow. Again, watching for treasuries in the afternoon. Fed speakers, jobless claims out, Red Star event, and petroleum as we head out the rest of the week. Remember, we have tax reform announcement out next week as well. What a week, guys, as we continue to roll here. Make sure to check out not only the recaps, pre-market trend, also the weekly recaps and technical momentum outlook for the week posted here over the weekends as to where my thinking is where we might be headed. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you what I'm prepared for each and every week and day. All right, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and technical momentum of the indices and key future markets. Hey guys, feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra, one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs, and as always, I leave that crystal ball to the experts. I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts, and as always, leave your bias at the door when trading. Hey guys, I'm pretty much in the same boat with many of you. Probably on both sides, thinking, yeah, we can keep going higher. I'm all for that. Long terms are loving it. Intraday, I'm ready for a pullback, ready for a darn pullback to see this thing ride itself down short, close out some open gaps, and balance itself till we go higher. But you got to just be ready in both days, both trends each day, and let's just let that go. And if market wants to go in one direction, that's where it's going. And we continue to seem to buy off the lows and just keep holding this up. So that's where we sit for now until any other key catalyst takes place in the market to drive us anywhere else. All right, for those of you that are interested in joining us in our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups, feel free to email me, david@tradingfibs.com. You can join us on any Thursday or Friday to view the live charts as they happen in the trading day. Hey, have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. Good day, good night, and good trading to you.